Hey guys, how you doing? MMP here, Fan94 here. Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to doing something a wee bit different. So instead of reviewing a figure or a Megazord, I'm going to show you what I had as a kid growing up watching Power Rangers in the 90s. Of course, I've been watching it from the very start and since I started in September 1993. So today I'm going to be showing you some of the toys I had as a kid. It's not much. I don't have the original toys that I did, but I do have a version of the toy I had as a kid. I will show them. So sit back, enjoy the video guys, and we'll get stuck in.
Power Sword!
Power Dagger! Power Ball!
Power Lamp! Power Axe! Power Axe!
Power Ball!
Power Lamp!
Power Dagger!
Power Sword! Power Ranger!
So I hope you guys enjoyed my new opening there. It's to be why I thought it'd be fun to have the Power Rangers teleporting down and firing the Power Blaster, and then my intro picture being the end of it. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's see. I think it was 1995 at Christmas. I got my first Power Ranger toys. I always wanted the Dino Megazord, which of course you can see in the background here, but of course I never got it. But of course you see in 2007 when I started collecting the Power Ranger toys, which I've been doing now for, which I can't believe I'm saying this, 16 years, which is absolutely fantastic. So what I got for Christmas that year was, between me and my brother Andy, we got Power Ranger toys between us. So some of them weren't mine, but I'm going to show you what we all had anyway because we played with both. So I got Ninjor, which is here. That's obviously the original Ninjor, but I had Ninjor, which I loved. 1995 I got this, not this five figure, but I'm just using this as an example. The Ninjor I had to throw out because my little brother fired it down the stairs in retaliation to my little brother liked Teletubbies, and he had a wee Moo which is the Hoover from Teletubbies, and of course I was running it down the stairs and the film broke. So in revenge, Richard threw Ninjor down the stairs and broke his arm, so I had to throw it out. But I had Ninjor, so of course as you know guys, Ninjor does do that and open Ninjor, so it's one of the best Christmases I ever had. It was absolutely amazing. Good day for Santa Claus that Christmas. So there's Ninjor, so I'll put him over here on the floor. And of course my brother Andrew. Now this is always a sour note with my brother Andy, because as you know, when I done my my Thunder Megazord review, I said that they done something silly, Bandai, with the Thunder Megazord. Eventually they released it as a whole, but originally they released the Red Dragon Thunder Sword on its own, and they released the other ones in the Assault Team pack. So you had to buy the Red Dragon Thunder Sword separately, and you had to buy the Assault Team separately. And of course that did happen to us. So I have it in war mode, so I'm going to, I can transform it here in front of you, just give you something to watch, so I'll just do it quickly. So if you want a detailed video of how these transform, I will put a link in the description to my season 2 Zord video, which I made last year as a part of my 10th anniversary. I done all the seasons of the Megazords that I already did. So my brother got the Red Dragon Thunder Sword. Hold on, I put the hair on. So my brother Andy got this, the Red Dragon Thunder Sword. Again, this is my one, the one he had got broke, disappeared, or my mum actually threw it out, which she had a habit of doing. I'll never forget that Tracy Island mum. Telling you. So here's your Red Dragon Thunder Zord. So the Christmas that year, I got Ninjor, and Andrew got the Red Dragon Thunder Zord. I haven't put the tail on, but you know it's here. But the thing that annoyed Andy was he got this, but he didn't get the other Zords. So this was cool, it definitely was. I always remember that Christmas 1995 because I was really big into Power Rangers that year. And I just got into it, and the fact that we got Power Ranger toys for Christmas. And the thing is too, my cousin had the Dragon Zord. He's 4 years older than me, so in 1993 I was 4 years old, so in 1995 I was 5. No, hold on, sorry. Was I 5? Hold on. Yes, in 1994 I would have been 5 years old, because the way I was born, I start the year, oh Lord, yes. Sorry, just flashing up the football. They're on 1-0, happy days. I was a Power Rangers. I was 5, at the start of 1994 I was 4, because the way I was born in 89, so yes, at Christmas 1995 I would have been 5. And I remember it very well, it was fantastic. There's even pictures of me where the Red Dragon Thunder Zord Andy got, and I got Ninjor. So that was a really, really cool year. Of course, we also got this year as well. I don't have them all, I just have one. When I ordered the Transmorpher, which is the Morpher from Lost Galaxy, these came in the auction. I have the White Ranger one sitting over there, but I'm not showing it because I didn't actually have it. So these wee shitty Power Ranger morphers type things, they were alright, you know. Obviously I wanted that, but of course we got these instead. I mean, my mum and dad didn't know obviously, but you know, they were cool. I have batteries in these, I'm going to try and make it sound. Need to push it in because it's stuff. Use this pen, see if it'll work. I had a screwdriver sitting about, so. Come on, ye. It did work when I tried it, but basically you push the middle button and went, go, go Power Rangers, go, go Power Rangers. And of course it's got a holofoil thing where Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, Kimberly, Pink Ranger. So I got those as well. We had all 5. They were alright. I don't know what happened to them. They probably ended up breaking and being thrown in the bin. But I had these by accident because of the Transmorpher. I bought one off eBay and the lights worked but I had no sound. Of course I didn't make that in the auction. And when I reordered it, there was one with it and these came with it. So I just kept them for the sake of it. Because I hate throwing Power Ranger toys out, I can't do it. So I just kept these as a wee momentum. So that was 1995, and then of course from 1995 until 1995 until 1996. Oh, I hear, yes, I had these as well. Now, these are the Lightning Collection versions, but I'm just using these as representation because I don't actually have these. Of course, 1995 was around about the time where the Power Rangers movie would have been released, and they released the Ninjetti figures, and they were really cool. But of course, I had white. The black one was mine, and the white one was Andy's. Of course, these are the Lightning Collection versions, but I'm just showing these in reputation that I had the white. Andrew had the white, and I had the black. I think that was the way of it. So I had these two. So in 1995, Andy got the Red Dragon Thunder Zord. I got Ninjor. I got the black Ninjetti, and I got the white Ninjetti, and we got those morphers. So it was a really cool Christmas year. I'll never forget it. One of the best Christmases. Absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, 1995, I would have been primary 2. I think so. Yes, it would have been, yes, because I started. Well, what would have been? I can't remember half the time, but all I know is. So I'll tell you a wee story. When I was in P2, which was roughly between September 1995 until until June 1996. So hold on. I think I can't really remember. I'm trying to remember dates. It's ridiculous. But anyway, I was definitely in primary two, and of course I love Power Rangers. Absolutely fantastic. The story between it is I remember watching it in 1994, and no, sorry, tell a lie. 1993 was when I started watching Power Rangers, and I fell in love with it so much. I remember watching it on a Saturday morning on GMTV in the UK, Mr. Motivator hosting it, which was fantastic. I remember him, like, it was mental. For our American viewers, GMTV was the breakfast show on ITV, and on Saturday mornings, Mr. Motivator was like a gym guy, he absolutely mental gym guy, and it was so funny, Mr. Motivator, and he used to host the GMTV on a Saturday morning, and he would announce some night from Power Rangers. I remember watching the Green Medieval arc on a Saturday morning. Fantastic. I just fell in love with it. Of course, fast forward on, I was in primary two. Me and a mate, Simon Quigley. So, hey Simon, if you're watching, he doesn't remember this, but I remember it so much, obviously, because me got hurt and he didn't. But then he moved away to our primary school about P4, and I never really got speaking to him again until I was a teenager. But we were playing Power Rangers. Of course, he was the Red Ranger and I was a Potty, and of course he done a move on me. I lost my balance and I smacked my head off a brick wall in my primary school. I know primary school, which doesn't exist anymore, sadly. It was knocked down in 2006. But every time I walk through the grounds when I'm going to the shop, I look at where I hit my head, and I swear I had like a massive bump back in my head, a hematoma it's called, and my dad just flipped out completely because I was playing Power Rangers. I got hurt, so he banned me from watching Power Rangers, and I can't remember how long it was. I don't know if it was. I just remember Lord Zed had just come on the show, season 2, and I remember watching him take over and watching the Thunder Zords and all the command center. But sometime after that, I hit my head and my dad banned Power Rangers. I remember him telling me, and I was devastated. And I even remember some Saturday morning, my aunt was over, because my aunt is only 4 years older than me. So she was down, and my dad told Gemma not to let me watch Power Rangers, and I tried to watch it in the back room. And I remember Gemma telling my dad I was raging. So for about I don't know how long, I think it was 6 months or to a year or something like that there. I just remember, I can't remember if it was 1996, 1997, I got my next Power Ranger toy. Now it's on the floor. I love this thing. But I can't remember when it was. I just know it was either 6 months or a year that I was not allowed to watch Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, and I was devastated. And there was actually a while where I didn't like it for a while because my dad had put me against it because I hurt myself and he banned me from watching it. I even remember being at my granny's and 2 people dressed up as Power. I remember being cheeky to them because I got to the point where, because I got hurt and I was banned, I didn't like it for a while. But then I remember it was on TV one Saturday morning in the living room where I lived up on my street where I grew up. And I remember season 3 being on, and I think it was a Ninja Megazord fighting some other villain. I obviously can't remember what. And I remember I pleaded with my dad, please let me watch Power Rangers again. I've learnt my lesson. And so, lucky enough, he thought about it and he let me watch it again. So, and then of course the rest is history, as you can see, guys. I've loved Power Rangers ever since, and it was great. And one thing I definitely remember, it was definitely before Power Rangers ended for the first time, because I remember watching the last episode and watching the command center blow up. Spoiler, by the way. Love doing that. I remember the command center blowing up, and it was the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. And even to this day, when I watched the last episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Hog Day afternoon, the chills I get watching the command center, and you just see it blowing up, and you see the image of it. I'm even getting chills now talking about it. Watching the command center blowing up, and just, oh, it's absolutely amazing. And I remember watching that there, and I can't remember. All I know is I missed the most of season 2 because I hit my head playing Power Rangers in school like a stupid tube, and my dad banned me for a while, and I missed nearly all season 2. And it was just by chance some Saturday morning that I was on TV, and I played it with my dad, let me watch it again, and he did, and the rest is history. And I remember, you know, watching the end of it, and then of course we got Sky in, and I remember watching Power Rangers Zero, and I can't remember what Christmas it was, but for argument's sake, I'm going to say 1997, because I can't remember if I was banned for a year or 6 months, but I remember the year gap between 1995, where I got these amazing presents, and 96, where I got the Zeo Megazord. which is down here. I'll show you in a minute. This is coming to get. It's one of my best Christmases ever, and I can't really remember, but see, my memory is terrible. But anyway, I'm babble on here, guys. Let me see. I will move on to this Christmas, and I only got one Power Ranger toy that year, and it was the best ever. Now, I never ever had a Megazord before. Maybe it was 1996 because, for argument's sake, guys, I just said 1996. My memory's fuzzy, but maybe my band was shorter than I thought. But let's see, what I'm thinking. I was going to say something there. I can't remember, guys. Anyway, I just do that. My memory comes in and out and terrible. Right, before I show the Zeo Megazord, I'm going to transform the Red Dragon Thunder Zord back into the Red Dragon Thunder Zord. Transform it back into the Thunder Megazord, just because I have them all sitting here, and it's just, you know, the fact that we didn't have it in 1995 when we got these, it was a big kick in the teeth, I have to admit. And before I go into Zeo, I have one thing to show you first. I'll put this together first. So, of course, if you want to see a full detailed, as I said at the start of the video, look at I will put it in the description, and you can watch my full detailed video on how to put together the Thunder Megazord. I've done it nearly 10 years ago on my channel. And I've also done a complete one. So guys, I hope you're enjoying this video. Just thought I'd do something different, you know, try to keep it interesting, and you know, just have a wee conversation with you guys, and you know, because I love doing YouTube and I love telling you guys stories. So I hope you enjoyed that. We story about me being in Egypt and hitting my head, and it's just one of them things, I'm afraid, you know. But you know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, I don't blame my dad for going overboard. I really shouldn't have been Power Rangers no playground at that age. But it is what it is. So I did get banned, so anybody put in the comments if you have any stories about if you were banned from watching it, or schools banned it because they thought it was violent. I do that because there's nothing violent about it. At the end of the day, it's teenagers, Power Rangers fighting potties and monsters. Nothing violent about it. You know what I mean? So, I do have the Zords here. They called it Unicorn, Griffin, Unicorn, they're the feet. So. That one's getting very stiff, so the same old toys, you know, I've had them for, I actually can't believe I've had these for 16 years. Can't believe I've been collecting toys for 16 years. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I've been collecting toys for 16 years. It's such a hobby, I just love it so much. If you definitely want a bit of a challenge with building the Megazord, definitely get the Thunder Megazord, because it is a challenge. You know, some Megazords are, most Megazords are quite boring to put together, but this one is quite interesting, so it is. So of course, let me see. Okay, the Firebird, well, it's called the Phoenix, and in Die Ranger it is a Phoenix, but in Power Rangers for some reason, they, I was meant to make a cup of tea. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I poured it out and forgot to bring it in, so I had to pour it out and put another cup in because it was stone cold. So cheers, guys. That's Irish, isn't it? I'm doing a Power Rangers video, but I'm drinking a Thunderbird smoke. There we go. Right, where was I? Putting the Thunder Megazord together. So Firebird or Phoenix if you're preferring Die Ranger. So. The Saber. Wouldn't mind doing a live video someday, but I don't think I have the technology to do a live video. Because I just love sitting in front of the camera here, guys, and just shooting from the heart, you know, to record a video for you guys. So just, you know, As I say, I tried working off a script and it just was no good at all. Lion Zord, take the helmet off. Well, as I say, guys, it's December now, so I really hope that you guys have a really, really nice Christmas. I'm looking forward to it. Put my tree up on, what day is it today? Friday. I put my tree up yesterday and it's looking lovely and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm getting a couple of lightning figures for Christmas, I hope. So I hope you guys are looking forward to Christmas, and I hope to bring you a couple of videos for Christmas. I uploaded 15 last year, so this year I really, really hope to bring you another good couple of videos because I have plenty to work with. I recently just got Eye Guy, Prentice Head, and the Pink Dinner Charge Ranger, so I've got plenty to work with still. So anyway, I tried to blabble on, where was it? Yo, Lauren Vaughan, yo, happy days. That's my local team, Lauren, so we're just beating them 1-0. Yes, get in there, boys. When I first got this Megazord, you can imagine my excitement, because whenever you're a kid and you just get the Red Dragon Thunder Zord and you can't get the other Zords and you never get them at all, and then when you finally get this, it's just so exciting. It's just my only regret with this Megazord is I never got the Legacy. And I think now with Hasbro now having the toy rights, I think I will never get the Legacy Thunder Megazord. It's too dear. Oh, they're real to afford it. Any donations, guys? You aren't glad you take them? Nah, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, guys. I'm happy enough with the old school. Anyway, I've got the Legacy Dragon Zord anyway, so that's good enough for me, which is a beauty. So best 60 quid ever spent on that. I got it from A1 Toys. So there's the Thunder Megazord. I put it together for you guys on camera, together with its sheath, which is fantastic. Let's give you a close up of it. Just there we go. There we are, guys. So just put this over here out of shot. So my brother Andy, his birthday is in April. So this was either 1995 or 1996. Again, I don't remember. But another thing we had as again, it wasn't mine. It was Andy's, but this is mine. But he got the Power Blaster. Of course, this is no stranger to this channel, guys. You've seen this a million times. But I actually had this as a kid. And it was absolutely fantastic, you know. I remember Andy getting it for his birthday. I forget which birthday, but there's a picture of me and my cousin and Andy and the girl up the road, all standing, and we're posing all the weapons. Of course, there's the Power Sword. Power daggers. That's becoming very easy, really. The Power Lance. Power Bow. And my personal favourite, the Power Axe. Which is absolutely amazing. So when I was a kid, I mean, this was absolutely fantastic. I remember being in Woodsides. No, Wellworth, sorry. Wellworth was which was an old iron shop at the time, now Super Value, but they had the Power Blaster. I remember being in it, and I had the Power Blaster. I remember being in Wellworth with Andy and my mum and dad. We pulled it down, and of course they done the sneaky thing was, oh, we'll buy it, but pretend that they're not going to buy it. So when we went out, obviously they went back in and bought it. They asked them to put it behind, obviously, and then Andy got it for his birthday, which was absolutely fantastic. And this was my favourite. This is my favourite one. So it is, just because it's so practical. It's just big and it's awesome, and you just go. And you gun, which is brilliant. And then the ones we had the longest were the daggers and the lance. Of course, as a kid, as you know, bit by bit, toys go missing all the time, and you know, these were the last ones to survive, and eventually end up being binned. My mum had a habit of throwing toys out and never telling us. Tracy Island. Oh, I'll never forget that. I still do this day. I say to her, "Mother, you threw that out, and I'm never letting you forget it." But the Power Daggers, all these Power Daggers and Power Lance Switch don't join together, which was kind of shit. The Power Bow, this is actually, and My favourite weapon with the toy, we get shafted. The Power Sword. Seriously. Just, you know what I mean? Absolutely. So I remember, and then of course, me, like I actually ruined the Power Sword. My brother, we had a glass fire. It was like a black door by a glass with fire. Of course, the fire was, I didn't realise it. And there's me being a big dough head, putting the power whip on top of the fireplace, and pretending to be Zord on and stuff. Not knowing, of course, top of the fireplace that belt. I ruined it, and Andy found out he wasn't too amused. So Andy, I'm sorry about that, mate. I really am, mate. I'm coming with mate. I'm sorry, bro, for doing that, but you know, I'm not careless anymore with toys, as you know, because obviously I got my collection. But again, I'll just put this back together. So I love having these toys. Obviously they're mine now because I bought these off eBay. But it's nice to have these and have the memory of having them as a kid. So good memories. Absolutely good memories. I did have these on my wall, but whenever I'm planning on doing a tour video after Christmas. So I am, after I get my new stuff, I might as well wait. I've got a massive new unit here, 20 quid, grand I bought it for Christmas. So I had to take them off the wall, and they're now at the top with the Blade Blaster, the Dragon Dagger and Saba. And the reason why they're not down here is because sadly, I didn't have Saba, and sadly, I didn't have the Dragon Dagger or the Blade Blaster, unfortunately. I've been to people's houses where I've seen it before, but I never had it, unfortunately. My mate Simon Quigley had all the Power Ranger stuff here before he moved house, and I was so jealous. I really was, Simon, but I was so jealous. But hey, that's what it is. I'm making up for it now, certainly. So, let's see. Right. These fold in, and yep, like that, and then of course you flip this up. I have the Power Blaster, which I actually had as a kid, and I used to put it together, take it apart all the time. Like, I played with it more than Andy did, and it was Andy's toy. So, but I'd say this is my Power Blaster. I bought it off eBay about 16 years ago. I still have the box for it in the built-in wardrobe in my bedroom. So there we are. It's the Power Blaster. So that's everything we had, Mighty Morphin. So then again, as you know, guys, I went and hit my head and got banned, and then whenever I got, you know, as the story says, I got to watch it again. I remember the commands, and then Power Rangers Zeo come up, and I loved Power Rangers Zeo. I must have been P3, P4. I might have been P3. I think it was P3, yes. And we had just gotten Sky TV, Satellite TV. Wow! Like, see, whenever you're a young age, I mean, as you know, Fox Kids, like two channels that were amazing in the 90s, particularly 96, 97. I was definitely 96, I had to be, because that's when we got Sky. Definitely was. That's when we got Sky, because, well, 97, I was in P3 at the time, because I remember talking about Power Rangers Zeo and your man Simon again. I mentioned he had like the sticker books and stuff, and that was the first time I ever had a glance of the Gold Ranger, and Zeo was just my favourite. Not so much my favourite now, but as a kid I loved it. So I did get the Sky Digital on. I'm going ahead of myself, until 2000. But for the American viewers watching, Sky TV is basically the British satellite broadcaster. It's been with us since the 80s, and you know, we've had Sky, the analog version. Then we had Sky Digital, which was fantastic, and then now we have Sky HD, Sky Plus. Now we have Sky Q, which I've had. So the last 20 years, I've really been enjoying Sky. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm moving off into different tangents here. But what was I saying? Power Rangers. I remember getting up at 7:30, watching Fox Kids, watching Zeo on Fox Kids at 7:30 in the morning. Before I went to school. It was fantastic. Anyway, moving on to that Christmas that year. I can't remember if it was 96, 97, but. And I remember waking up, and this was the best present I ever got from Santa Claus. The Zeo Megazord. Again, as I say, this is not the original Zeo Megazord that I got, but it's brilliant this year. Love this Megazord so much, and I've had this about 15 years. And see, when I ordered it and it came, oh, I was like, welcome home, welcome home. You know, and I remembered how to transform it, and you just give me a second, I will pause the video and I will take it apart and I will put it together again on camera just for you guys, because you are awesome. Right guys, so they're all transformed in the table, so I'll go through them by one. I'll go backwards. Zeo Ranger 5 or Zeo Zord 5, which is a Phoenix, which was my favourite Zord of the Zeo Megazord. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Brilliant. Then you have Zeo Zord 4, Torch the Bull, which is pretty much a brick, but it doesn't do much. Then you have the Sphinx, which is really chromy, really chromy. The mouse moves, which has the most movement ability. Something similar to the Saber-Tooth Tiger on the Dino Megazord. And you have the Arsenal Zords, Zeo Zord 1 and Zeo Zord 2. That is based on the Easter Island heads, and that is based on a Doku statue. So that is the Zeo Zords. So again with the Thunder Megazord, I'm going to put these together. But I mean, before I put them together, I'm just going to explain just how excited I was. I remember waking up on Christmas morning that year, and there was the box in front of me. It took me a while to notice it, but see, when I seen it, I was like, oh, one of the best Christmas presents I've ever had in my life. Unbelievable. And I remember opening it up and bringing it out and taking me an hour to look at it and figure out how to transform it, because it was the first Megazord I ever had. I mean, you have to remember, my cousin growing up had all the best toys, all the best video game consoles, and he was my idol growing up. He really was. So, you know, Gary, dude, you know, you were my idol growing up. Dude, you really were. And he had this amazing pirate ship. He had, like, you know, he had the Dragon Zord, and he had the Green Ranger figure. And I loved going down to his house, and the fact that the Green Dragon Zord was there, and I loved playing about with it. Of course, you can see my Dragon Zord is sitting there. I do have it now. I've had it for a while, but the fact that he had the Dragon Zord, I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I had no Power Ranger toys to hit the Dragon Zord. I was like, oh man, you know, brilliant. But you know, of course, these toys I showed you, whenever I hit my head and got banned, my mum she said she threw the toys out, but she hid them in the air chest of drawers in her bedroom. And then after we were allowed to watch it again, of course, didn't we find them in the drawer? Threw it out, right, and then of course that was just the whole point of being banned, and then being able to watch it again and find the toys after she threw them out. But then after that, I mean, waking up to the Zeo Megazord on Christmas morning, I will never forget that. So I will transform it quickly. So we'll take the Doku and the Easter Island head, and of course they're just called Zeo Zord 1 and Zeo Zord 2. So guys, I'm going to try and upload a video once a week. So I am. To say I'm a busy guy, you know, and sometimes I just don't get the time to do the videos, but I'm going to try and make an effort and do a video once a week. So you just flip the heads, you take the battle helmets off, you flip down, you squeeze in the guns, and then put them aside, and then of course you take the first ball, and then you just... Again guys, you want a full detail of the Zeo Megazord transforming, I done a video. So you can check that out guys. And the thing is too, I wasn't the brightest of kids now. I wasn't the brightest of people when I was a kid. So the fact that I was able to transform this was absolutely amazing. And then after that there, I knew that I loved transforming toys, whether it was Power Rangers or Transformers. This was just my favourite sort of toy. You know, I'm going to have to get my finger right guys and do a stop motion of this. Of course I've done Turbo, I've done all the MMPR Zords. I'm going to have to get my finger right, and where's this not transforming? Right, there we go. course, as I have it losing bits, so as I had the Zeo Megazord, bits started losing. I lost all the battle helmets first. The crown came off the sword. I eventually lost the sword. I wasn't that too careful with my toys growing up, but as you can see now, I really am careful with my toys. And you know, I have a cousin who is 10, and he's like, no, you're not coming in here. There, Zero Megazord. Absolutely great. I had this Megazord, so you know. Means so much to me, guys. Really does. Right, I got everything that I had from the 90s anyway, as far as I know, because I never really got Christmas. I never really got Power Ranger toys after that. But I didn't get it. Andy and my wee brother Rick got these, but so I've got one more thing to show you before I wrap up this video. In terms of Power Rangers, well, I had the Falcon Sword for a wee while. There was a buddy I knew up the road. I did a wee trail with him. I gave him my Sphinx Zero Zord for the Falcon Sword, which you see right here. So I literally did have the Falcon Sword for a wee guy. I can't remember if his mum forced me to swap back. I can't really remember, but I know I had the Falcon Sword for a wee while, which was cool. So I had the Falcon Sword too. And let me see. Yes. So fast forward on to 2002, I think. Of course, Time Force was on at the time, and my brother, they both got one each. But I remember playing it, of course. So I got the Time Force Morphin, and I remember Andy got one and Rick got one. So don't know what the hell that is, it creeps me out. So, the Time Force Morphin. So, guys, I am going to wrap up this video. I really hope you enjoyed me showing everything, going back to the past when I was a kid. Bloody Morphin. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, let me know in the bottom in the comments down there what you think of this video, and let me tell you if you have any stories of you being banned watching Power Rangers, or your school banning it, or what you had as a kid. Maybe you had the whole lot, I don't know. Which was really cool. And I'll tell another story before we close. Actually, I remember getting in next door, and the next door son, who was a good bit older than me, he actually had the Dino Megazord and he had the Dragon Sword. I remember sneaking up into the bedroom, and there they were lying there, and that was the first glimpse I ever had of even seeing the Dino Megazord and the Dragon Sword. I remember having a look about, and then of course her mum realised I was up there and I went next door. But just the fact of seeing these toys that I absolutely love, like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Dino Megazord, which is my favourite Megazord, and the Dragon Sword as well, especially after my cousin having it and me loving it so much. But you know, that was my glimpse of seeing that. But I wasn't going to turn to 7 until I managed to get all the Zords as a 7. I've had it for 17 years now, and I'm continuing, as you know, as I recently bought the Guy, and I recently bought Apprentice Head, which my lovely fiance bought me. So again, Ashley, my dear, thank you so much for buying me Apprentice Head and Guy. Really, thank you so much, because you know, you really do keep my YouTube going. So thank you, dear. But that's all I have to say to the video, guys. So thanks very much for enjoying this video, watching this video, and just listening to me talking and my stories and looking at what I had as a kid. So again, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys about, I'm hoping my next video is going to be, where am I? I'm in Lost Galaxy. Man the Defender is going to be next, and I'm going to do Guy and Apprentice Head, because you know, I'm in Lost Galaxy, but if I get any Power Ranger, Morphin Power Ranger figures, I do them as well. So I'll bring you Guy, I'll bring you Apprentice Head, and I'll bring you Mind Defender. So that'll be the next 3 videos. So guys, I'm going to go. So thank you very much for watching this video, Subscribe, like this video, and I will see you guys around. Thank you very much for watching and supporting me and subscribing. I really do appreciate it because this is such a hobby. So I will see you guys around. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.